Hi, welcome to Magic the Gathering Online. My name's Ian, and this morning we're going to be running through Magic the Gathering Online. I'm just firing it up now. I've been playing it for about 3 or 4 days, but when I initially started playing, there was all sorts of filters and checkboxes all over the place. Not a clue what I was doing, and quite difficult to navigate. So I thought I'd just give you help. So type in your username and your password, get it fired up, and let's see what's what. You've got a little clock on the bottom, by the way, so you've no excuse of someone saying, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, why have you not gone to bed? Oh, I didn't notice the time. Keep your eye on it. So when you first start off, or every time you load up, you come up with a home page. You've got your menu bar across the top, advertisement bar down the side here, any announcements from Magic the Gathering, featured tournaments over here, and down at the bottom you've got your contacts and buddies list. If you're brand new, of course, this will be totally empty. If you don't know anybody online and you do want a buddy, just type in, click on Add Buddy and type my name in. Meet your poos. Don't ask me where I got Meet Your Poos from. I might explain it one day. And then click on Add Buddy. Of course, I can't add myself. Don't panic if it doesn't come up straight away. When I was adding Mr. Socks as my buddy, nothing happened straight away. It ended up tapping in 3 or 4 times thinking it wasn't working, but there must be some sort of lag or delay on it while it's trying to find the player and add it to your system. I don't know what the delay is, but it took a minute or so for it to come up. And then they'll be added. Now you'll see a little red bar on Mr. Socks. That means he's not online. If he is online, it'll turn into a little green circle. So if you want to add me, again, Meet Your Poos, quite welcome to. And if you see me online, just challenge me to a game. We'll have a laugh, see what happens. So the important things is, what cards have I got? That's what everybody wants to know. What cards have I got? So you'll need to go onto your collections tab. Now when you initially go onto your collections tab, it will be blank because you don't have any cards. Because you've not opened anything up yet, all these will be blank. So where are they? Well, you'll need to go over to these over here on other products. And when you see other products, you will see your 20 new player points. You'll see your 5 event tickets. You won't see any of these because they are inside your pack, and you will see a little foil pack here. Just looks like a booster pack. Can't remember what the writing on it was. New player pack or something like that. I don't know, quite generic. Just right click on it and select open in the drop down box. Excuse me. And it'll open all your packs. So then you go back onto your cards. When you go back onto your cards, you'll say, whoa, look at all these cards I've got. You get 166 different types, different cards in total. Come on, why are you freezing up? There you go. Oops. Make sure that's full screen. 160 cards. You get 50 basic lands of each colour, and you'll get either 2 or 3 of whatever card's been issued. I think you get 3 if it's a common card. You get 3 if it's an uncommon card. You get 2. I may be wrong on that. There may be 1 or 2 exceptions, but it looks like there's a common with 3. If you notice, it's quite difficult to see. There's 2 ways to increase or make it easier to see. First one's your slide bar, which will zoom everything up. That makes it a lot easier, but then you get less cards, so you can't see at a glance. What I generally like to do is go onto my little display tab here and click on preview, and this brings up a little preview window, which is again sizable. You can change it as big as you want. I'll keep it fairly big because I'm getting a bit old and a bit blind. And when you have your mouse over a card, big pop-up image comes. A lot easier. Now, resize it to whatever you want. whatever's easier for your eyes and makes it readable. Quite neat. I think you can even make it full screen. Look at that. Whey! It's quite cool, isn't it? So there's all your cards. So what you want to do now is you want to build a deck. Of course, these are all your decks and binders you've got here. Binders, I'm not sure if when you've got a binder you can put one of these cards in there. It disappears off this lot over here. It may do. I'll have to check that later, but I'm not really particularly interested in binders at the moment. All I want to do is build a deck. So what we do is just click on Add Deck. Type in your deck name over here, my new deck, and select what format you want it. So you've got all your formats here. Some of these formats I've never even heard of. I'm fairly new to Magic the Gathering online myself. Magic the Gathering in total. Got into it because my kids like playing it, so I thought, yeah, why not? And I don't like my kids beating me at anything. I've never heard of Pauper, Standard Pauper, who cares? So the ones I'm really more interested in is probably Modern and Standard. I think you'll be playing. So let's check on, let's do a Standard deck. Go on the Standard deck, and then at the bottom here, these are all your deck boxes. You can choose what deck box you want. I'm going to choose this little red one here, because I'm going to build just a purely red deck. Now I've got two screens, you can't see on here, but so I'm just going to slide this over here, off the screen, and it's on my other, my second screen, which is not being recorded, but I can still see it. Makes it easy for me. So then we're on to our, we're building our new deck, and you can see there's a big yellow warning, which is your deck is too small. There's a little pane over here, which is your sideboard. This is where your main deck is and where your sideboard is. It quickly tells you how many lands, how many creatures, how many others, which are artifacts, instances, and sorceries, and all that sort of stuff. Again, you've got your sideboard with no cards in, so it's pointless me bloody playing with that, isn't it? You've got your slider for senior cards, and you've got your sideboard over here. On your sideboard, it tells you that a 60 card deck typically has 25 lands and 35 spells, about 22 which are creatures. So I'm going to be building just a red deck. I'm not bothered about dual decking and swapping over at the moment, so we're just going to build a raw red deck. So it's a standard, so I'll click on the standard format, which will filter out any cards I can't use. Of course, everything you get is usable in standard, so everything's available, but click at any road. Down the side here, it'll tell you actually which, how many cards of what you've got for each particular one. It's like we've got 166 in total. All of them can be used in standard. KTK blocks constructed, whatever. Block constructed, we've got 8 which can be used in there. Modern format, legacy, vintage, they can be used in all that. Planeswalkers, we've only got 32 cards available for that one. Pauper 107, whatever them, I don't know. Standard Pauper 103, and it looks like MTGO Basic. Never heard of that, but we've only got 9 cards in that. I don't care. So that's the format we've got. We've got 677 standard. You can again narrow down which sets to bring it out of. At the moment we have got 106 in the out of the M15. We've got 22. Don't know what this second number means. I think out of a possible 23. Sounds a bit weird. 22 out of Journey Out to Nyx. 19 out of Born of Gods. We've got 19 out of Theros, and we've got none of the others. So if you wanted to just filter just purely out of one box, you can filter there. Then we're going into our colour filter. And I want a red deck. So I'm just going to filter all my reds. There it goes. There's all my little red cards. Let's make that a little bit bigger so we can see it a bit more. can filter even further to what type of cards they are. So initially, of course, we always want some lands. So I'm just going to click on my lands because we always need land. We've only got the basics, and you can simply drag and drop. Now this is going to be tedious because we're putting a lore on. So what you can do instead to put a lore on is right click on, and then you can add however many. So I'm going to add 10 to my deck, which has made that 11. Add another 10, made that 21, and then I'm going to add 4. So I've got 25 lands. We'll stick with the recommended format. So we can now uncheck lands, and let's go to our creatures. Let's listed all our creatures up again. Let's just make it as big as I can so you can see it. And we want about 22 creatures. Let's have a look. We want some cheap casters and we want some bigger ones. We don't have a great lot of bigger ones, so let's go for some cheap casters. Like my Frenzied Goblin. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put my paint back over just so you can see that. We're going to put our Frenzied Goblin on. Comes in under. I like my little Frenzied Goblins. We've got 3 of our 2, 3. Put 3 of them in. I'm just going to quickly go through and add some cards. Let's get some slivers in. Never have enough slivers. Put some of them in. Put a giant in. Put one of them in. Put a wall in. What was underneath here? I can't remember. Put some lights in. Creatures are up to 14 now. Putting it to double service. I like him. Oh, we've gone over. Well, I said 22, so let's take a couple off. Not really bothered whether it's a perfect deck or not. I'm just firing through it just so you can see what's going on. So there's our 22 creatures, which then should leave us with what, 13 artifacts and spells to do. Uncheck our creatures, click on our artifacts. Apparently we don't have any, but I don't know why it's got number 5 there. Instances and sorcerers and enchantments. There we go. And we want to fill that up, so we've got a 60 deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lightning Strike. Corn and Fire. That's always the nice one. Oops. And there we have our 60 cards. I'll just move that right to the road again. So we've got our 60 cards we're going to play with in our deck, and of course you can fill the rest onto your sideboard. The good thing about the sideboard is, or what you use your sideboard for, is just extra cards you want to take to the tournament, because when you're playing a match don't know what your guys are going to be playing you with, or what sort of deck, so you just take some extra cards down, you play your first game, realise that he's got some big hitters or big spells somewhere, so at the beginning or end of the first game you can swap cards in and swap cards out. So there, I've just chucked some random cards into the sideboard. So that's that. We now have if I click on standard decks, we have got a red box which says my new deck. Double click on it and it'll list it up. That's on pile view, card view. I'll list them into card view if you want to see them by cards. Pile view, again puts them in different piles of lands, spells and whatever. And list view, I'll put them in that sort of order, which is bloody difficult. Yep. So as you all your details, I prefer card view because I recognise pictures better, easier than writing. So you've got your deck. So what do you want to do now? Is you want to play a game. So where do we go to play a game? We go to play lobby. Now this is where you're going like, what the hell? So let's start off with the different options you've got. Start off with restore defaults. So when you come up, you've got the game tab you've want. You've got constructed tournaments, limited tournaments, and constructed open play. Now for all your tournaments you're going to play, they cost money. Not real money initially, but they'll last you for the tournament tickets, or they'll last for so many booster points, booster decks. I'll give you a quick example to show you the details on this one. Fate Reforged 64 player single elimination draft top 8. Oh. There you go. Gives you event details here. Right at the bottom is your entry fees. It'll cost you 20 event tickets. You've only got 5 as a new player, or it'll cost you 8 event tickets, 1 Fate Reforged booster pack, and 2 kinds of Tequila booster packs. These are unopened. I mean, if you've bought them and you've already opened, you're eligible. They have to be unopened. Again, you've got different information here. Tournament structure, what format it is, price structure. If you click on a price structure, that should pop up in a browser window. It's come up on my second screen over here. Just telling you what the price structure is and the payout and stuff like that. So initially, you don't want to be paying for any of your tournaments, because you won't have many. You don't want to be chucking money into it, and if you're brand new to the game, you're probably just going to lose. So what you want to end up to do is go to constructed open play, and you've got skill levels choices here. Just starting out, just for fun, getting serious, and tournament practice. So you just click on the just starting out one, and these are the matches currently being run. Doesn't look like there are any waiting. So what you can do, if you saw something waiting, you could click simply double click on it and join the match, as long as you've got a deck to match that format. So that's standard format, modern format, pauper, whatever the bloody hell that is. We only constructed a standard format desk, so I won't be able to go into this modern at the moment. So that's that. So there's none there at the moment, just for fun. These matches, they've been running a while. Don't look like there's any open as I can see. Oh, sorry, I forgot to click on my deck. Well, if you click on your little deck you want to play with, it will actually filter out any matches you're not eligible to. So I've clicked on my deck. And it'll only show what we're eligible to. So it appears there's none starting. So what we do is create our own game and hope somebody joins us. So you can click on right at the bottom, host a new match. Which will come up here, and because I've chose the deck I've done, because I've chose my skill level, it's automatically fit everything up for me. So your match clock's 25 minutes. There's 2 games per match. One-on-one, any players. People can watch it, of course, and you just wait here for somebody to join your match. However, depending on time of day, it could take forever for somebody to join. So what I'm going to do, concede that match, is close that down, close thingy down altogether, and reopen it up. And I'm going to fire in it as the free to play, just to show you the setup of a match. So I'm going to click on the play free trial. Rather than logging into my account and using my own decks, I'm just going to use a preformed deck just to show you the layout of the table and where all the buttons are and things like that. So it takes a little while if I come on, and you are given a guest player name of 036, and you select your box you want to play with, red, blue, black, white, green. Well, we made a red deck, so let's double click on. Double click, don't know, click it, highlight it, and then click play. Did something pop up then? Oh, there we go. And hopefully somebody's going to be playing pretty soon. Dum 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 dum. There we go. Yes, play. Let me maximise that. So I'm playing guest player 9. Let's get this maximised. Again, don't forget I've got my preview bar, which I've got over on the other side. So quickly run down the game area. This is his deck. This is where he plays all his cards. This is where I play all my cards. You won the roll. Would you like to play first? Yes. And again, it gives me my cards. Oh, apparently I'm playing a red-blue deck. 2 lands. I'm going to mulligan that because I've only got 2 lands. Oh, that's a nice one. Keep hold of that. Keep. This is, you've got to keep your eye on here all over the time. Play a white. I should have played a white land. Because each time it comes up and it's your turn, your clock starts going down, and you've only got 25 minutes to play both games. So you've got the guest, the character's name up here, under here. You're always at the bottom for some reason. Your life counter, his life counter, your life counter. How many cards he's got left in his library or his deck. How many cards he's got in his hand. This is his clock for the match. Is it me? Yeah. This is quite difficult because it's because you're both called guest player, blah 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 blah. You can't figure out whose turn it is, so I've not a clue whether it's my turn or his turn. I think it might be my turn. Let's play another land. I should have played a red card then, so click on OK. Not really bothered whether I'm going to win it or not. I'm just explaining where things are. Underneath you've got how many cards he's got in the graveyard, how many cards he's got exiled, how many cards he's got in the revealed zone, and the cards he's got in his effect zone. Same for you. That works exactly the same for you. Now if you want to actually see them, of course we've not got any on, you can edit and it will bring up a little side panel and stack them all there. Don't forget to see yours, you'll have to click on yours as well. Doesn't just show them all, they're just showing it. And then again, exile, blah 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 blah, and that will show you any cards listed. Now they'll show up in stacked order, so you'll have one on top of each other, all listed down there. Quite difficult to see which. This is where your preview comes in. Just mouse over them and it'll show them. To hide them again, just uncheck, 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 uncheck. Can I play that in? Where else was there on this? Click on OK. I'm just trying to keep this guy semi-entertained while I do this. Oh, underneath it, at the bottom is your play phases. So at the moment we're on the main phase. Second main phase here, and I think it's my turn. Just click on OK. Now it's on his main phase. You will have these are cards in your hand again. At the bottom, where else am I missing up? Set options. If you don't have your preview pane, you can click on it, show and hide it wherever it is. There should be a chat window somewhere. I have no idea where the chat window's gone. Normally when you're playing, unless it's not available in these free-to-play games, you'll have a little chat window here, which is again resizable, removable. You drag it off to one side or close it down if you want. And that's basically the game. It gets a little bit more difficult than live playing it, because you it keeps stopping every now and again. You're like, is it my turn? Yeah, it's my turn, but it feels less natural than when you're playing live. And you have to be careful when you're clicking stuff. I played an instant on one particular card earlier, trying to pump my guy up. I think it was an add 3/1 effect to a card, and I misclicked my guy and clicked on the guy who was attacking me. So instead of pumping my guy up and making him a little bit stronger and being able to kill the attacker, I pumped his up and he slaughtered me. And I'm like, yes. And there was no take backsies on that sort of thing. So be careful when you're clicking. Just take your time. You know, you've got all the time. Well, you've not got all the time in the world. You've got 25 minutes. And that's about that. So get in there, fire away. Don't buy anything straight away. You know, once you've got your initial pack, just oh, I'm going to concede this actually. Concede game, and then leave it. Once you bought some, once you've signed up, open up your initial pack, and just go ahead and have fun with it. You know, play around building your decks up. Trying different combinations of things. You're not going to have a great lot to play with, but it's enough to be starting. And again, if you see me online, add me as a buddy, and we'll have a laugh learning together. So hopefully this little shit. Oh dear. Well, that's because I was. That's it. Hopefully this was a little bit more helpful than just going into it blind. I probably missed a few things off. If I did, I apologise. If there's anything else you need to know or you're confused about, just leave a message at the bottom and we'll try and figure it out. So, yep, catch you on the next video. Bye.